Welcome. This is not just a video. This is a rescue mission for your mind. You've been living in a world that never shuts up. Your phone never sleeps. Your thoughts never rest. And your heart, it's been carrying the weight of overthinking, stress, guilt, and burnout for far too long. You wake up tired even after sleeping. You feel heavy even when nothing is wrong. You smile on the outside, but inside there's chaos. You're constantly thinking, scrolling, responding, reacting. But when was the last time you just relaxed? Not the fake relaxation where you lie in bed staring at your screen. Not the fake happiness where you laugh but feel empty. I'm talking about real relaxation where your body is light, your thoughts are calm, and your heart is quiet. This video is about that. This video will not just help you relax your mind, it will help you understand your mind, fix it, calm it, and return to peace. And if you're trying to learn English, this video is perfect for you because every sentence is made with simple, clear English so you can relax your mind and also train your English at the same time. It's like healing and learning in one. And if you're watching this while feeling tired, broken, distracted, or stuck, I want to tell you this. You are not lazy. You are not weak. You're just mentally full. And today we're going to empty that stress, quiet that noise, and give your mind the rest it's been begging for. I will give you 15 calms. Each one is simple, powerful, and life-changing, not just to relax your mind, but to help you feel peace again. Let's begin the journey. Calm one. Silence is a superpower. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you sat in complete silence? No phone, no music, no talking, just silence. Most people can't even sit in silence for 2 minutes without checking their phone because silence feels uncomfortable, because we're not used to it. But here's the truth. Silence is not empty. Silence is where your mind resets. Right now, your brain is like a computer with 100 tabs open. Every notification, every voice, every video adds more noise. And you never give your mind time to close the tabs. That's why you feel overwhelmed even when you do nothing. That's why your sleep isn't peaceful. That's why you feel tired even after resting. You don't need more entertainment, you need silence. There was a billionaire who had everything: money, power, success. But he felt stressed every single day. He tried therapy, he tried vacations. He even bought a private island. Nothing worked. One day he met a monk in a forest who said, "Your mind is like a cup of muddy water. If you keep shaking it, it stays dirty. But if you leave it still, the dirt settles." That's what silence does. So the billionaire sat in silence for 10 minutes every morning. No phone, no thoughts, just breathing. And slowly, the mud settled. He didn't feel rich. He felt peaceful. That's the real wealth. Here's your first life-changing action. Sit in complete silence for 10 minutes every morning. No phone, no scrolling, no talking. Just sit. Close your eyes and breathe. Will your mind scream at first? Yes. Will you feel uncomfortable? Yes. Will you want to quit? Yes. But if you push through, you will feel something you forgot existed: peace. Science proves that even 10 minutes of silence a day reduces stress hormones, heals brain fatigue, boosts focus, improves emotional control, repairs the nervous system. This isn't just spiritual, it's biological. Silence is not laziness. Silence is not boredom. Silence is therapy. Your phone gets charged every day. Your mind doesn't. That's why it crashes. Silence is your charger. Sit, breathe, be still. Because sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is nothing. Calm, too. Stay in the moment. Your mind is not tired because of your life. Your mind is tired because it keeps leaving the present moment. You sit in a room, but your thoughts are not here. They're in the past, replaying old memories, mistakes, pain, or they're in the future, creating fear, worry, pressure. Your body is here, but your mind is everywhere else. And that's exactly why you feel lost. If you want peace, you must bring your mind home to the present moment. What is the moment? It's now, not the clock, not the date. It's what's happening right in front of you. It's the feeling of water touching your hands when you wash them. It's the sound of your breath. It's the weight of your body sitting on the chair. It's the quiet between two thoughts. But you've trained your brain to skip it. Your brain is addicted to the past and the future because those are the places where drama lives. But the present moment has no drama. It just is. And that's why it feels boring to people. But do you know what's hidden in that boring silence? Peace. There was an old man who worked at a small tea shop for 50 years. He poured tea, he cleaned the table, he watched the sky. A young boy once asked him, "How do you live such a peaceful life?" The man said, "I only do one thing at a time. When I pour tea, I only pour tea. When I drink it, I feel the cup, the heat, the taste, and I smile. I don't try to escape it because this moment is everything I have. That is not weakness. That is wisdom. What happens when you stay in the moment? Your breath slows down. Your thoughts stop fighting. Your body becomes light. Your fear disappears. You realize nothing bad is happening right now. Most pain comes from imagination, not reality. And when you bring your mind back to the present, you stop living in a story and start living in truth. Take one simple activity, walking, eating, brushing your teeth, drinking water, and do it with full awareness. No phone, no multitasking. Just feel it. The taste, the temperature, the touch, the texture, the breath. Even 2 minutes of this every day will begin to teach your brain how to relax again. It's not easy at first. Your mind will run, but every time you bring it back, you're building mental strength. Your life is not in the past. It's not in your phone. It's not in your fear. Your life is here right now, and if you miss this moment, you miss everything. Peace is not something you find later. Peace is this moment fully felt. Calm 3. Let go of everything. You cannot relax your mind while holding on to everything that hurts it. You hold on to guilt, to mistakes, to people who left, to words that broke you, to things that didn't happen, to things you wish you could change. But let me tell you something that could change your life forever. You are suffering not because of what happened, but because you refuse to let it go. What does it mean to let go? Letting go does not mean forgetting. Letting go does not mean losing. Letting go means setting yourself free. It means you stop reliving the pain. You stop feeding the anger. You stop repeating the same mental movie again and again. Letting go is not weakness. It is the strongest decision you can make when your heart is tired of carrying what it was never meant to hold. There was a girl who carried a heavy rock on her back every day. Nobody forced her, but she believed that carrying it made her strong. Over time, her back started hurting. She couldn't walk fast. She couldn't sleep well. Someone asked her, "Why are you still carrying that rock?" She said, "Because I've carried it for so long, I forgot I could put it down." She had built her identity around the pain. But peace only came the day she dropped it. You too might be carrying an emotional rock. Let this video be the moment you say enough. You don't just let go once. You let go again and again. Every time the thought comes back, you release it. You say to yourself, that story is over. That pain is not mine anymore. That person cannot live in my head rentree. You remind yourself that healing doesn't mean erasing the past. It means it doesn't control you anymore. Sit down, close your eyes, think of one thing that is hurting your mind right now, and then say out loud if you can, I release this. I let it go. I forgive myself. I choose peace. Say it once. Say it twice. Say it 100 times if you must, but keep saying it until your heart believes it. You will never relax your mind by adding more to it. You relax your mind by letting go. And sometimes, the only thing standing between you and peace is the decision to say, I no longer want to suffer from this. Let it go, not for them, not for the past, but for your future. Calm 4. Accept people as they are. Most of your mental stress doesn't come from what people do. It comes from your expectations of how they should behave. You expect them to be kind. You expect them to understand. You expect them to apologize. You expect them to change. You expect them to support you. Remember your feelings. Think like you. Feel like you. But they don't. And when reality doesn't match your expectation, your mind starts fighting. You try to control people. You try to fix them. You keep thinking, why can't they just be normal? And that thought destroys your peace. Let this truth settle inside you. You can't relax your mind while trying to control other people's behavior. Imagine you look into a mirror, but the reflection isn't smiling. It looks angry. You keep saying, why is it so negative? Why can't it smile back? But you never realize the mirror reflects you. Other people are not mirrors. They are not here to give you what you want. They are living their own stories, their own wounds, their own patterns. And when you stop trying to change them, you finally give your mind permission to rest. Accepting someone does not mean you agree with them. It doesn't mean you're weak or passive. It means you stop wasting your energy on what you cannot control. You don't accept because they're right. You accept because you deserve peace. Let people be loud. Let them be messy. Let them think they're always right. Let them talk behind your back. Let them show off. Let them stay stuck in their own thinking. That's not your job to fix. Your only job is to protect your mind space. What happens when you accept people? Your stress reduces. Your emotional reactions decrease. You stop arguing in your head. You stop building imaginary fights. You begin to feel peace because you gave up the impossible. You can't carry peace and judgment at the same time. You have to drop one. Choose peace. Next time someone behaves in a way you don't like, say this in your mind. That's just how they are. I don't have to fight it. I don't have to fix it. I accept it, so I can stay calm. Every time you say this, your emotional strength grows. You take back control, not of them, but of yourself. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up. It means growing up. You are not responsible for how people live. You are only responsible for how you react. And the moment you stop needing people to change is the moment your mind begins to heal. Calm 5. Breathe like a master. You breathe every second of every day, but most people do it without awareness. Your breath is the most powerful tool to calm your mind, but it's also the most ignored. When you're anxious, your breath becomes short. When you're angry, your breath becomes tight. When you're sad, your breath becomes heavy. When you're scared, your breath disappears. Your emotions ride on your breath. So if you can control your breath, you can control your emotions. What is conscious breathing? It means you don't just breathe automatically. You breathe with focus. You control the rhythm. You use it to relax, to slow down, to return to your center. It's not spiritual. It's not religious. It's biological. It's science. And it's free. There was a martial artist who had to fight a dangerous opponent. The enemy was faster, louder, more aggressive. But the martial artist remained still, calm, focused. Someone asked him later, "How were you so calm during the fight?" He said, "I don't fight thoughts with thoughts. I fight them with breath. Even in the most intense moments," he returned to his breath, because breath is home. Here's a powerful breathing exercise you can do anywhere. Inhale for 4 seconds. Hold your breath for 7 seconds. Exhale slowly for 8 seconds. Repeat this 5 times. That's it. No phone, no music, no meditation app, just you and your breath. You'll feel your heartbeat slow down. Your thoughts will lose power. Your chest will feel lighter, and your nervous system will start to repair. This is not a trick. This is ancient wisdom backed by modern science. When to use this? Before sleep, after an argument, before an important meeting or exam, when your heart is racing, when your thoughts are attacking you, when you want to feel safe again. You are one breath away from peace, but you've forgotten how to use it. Your breath is not just air, it's power, it's medicine, it's a door to stillness. Use it with respect, use it with focus, and watch your entire mind begin to slow down, soften, and heal. Calm 6. Discover yourself. You've spent your whole life learning about other people. You know what celebrities are doing. You know who is trending. You know what your friends are eating, wearing, buying, and thinking. You even know what strangers are doing online. But let me ask you one question. Do you know yourself? Not your name, not your job, not your role in the family, not what people say you are. Who are you? When nobody is watching, your mind is not restless because life is hard. Your mind is restless because you don't know yourself. And when you don't know who you are, you start copying the world. You try to become what others accept. You chase what others desire. You follow paths that are not yours. You live in a personality that doesn't fit your soul. And that's why you feel lost. Your mind can never relax in someone else's identity. There was a theatre actor who forgot his lines on stage. He kept performing hoping nobody would notice. But inside, he was panicking because he didn't know what his character was supposed to say or who he was supposed to be. The same thing is happening in your mind. You wake up and put on a mask. You smile when you don't feel like smiling. You agree when you want to scream. You scroll when you want to rest. You keep performing. But deep inside, your soul is whispering, "This is not me." What happens when you discover yourself? Your anxiety reduces. You stop comparing yourself. You feel lighter because you're not pretending. You become more focused because you know your path. You begin to live your own story, not someone else's script. How to start? You don't need to go to a forest. You don't need to leave everything behind. Just do this simple thing. Take a pen, take a notebook, and answer these questions with complete honesty. What makes me feel alive? What am I afraid to admit about myself? When do I feel most at peace? What kind of life would I live if nobody judged me? Write slowly. Don't filter. Don't lie. This is not about being correct. This is about being real. You cannot relax your mind in a costume. You can only relax when you return to your true skin. Stop trying to fit in. You were not born to perform. You were born to be. And the more you discover yourself, the more your mind can finally breathe in the peace of authenticity. Calm 7. Clean your environment. Your mind is connected to your surroundings. You think your thoughts are random. They're not. They are constantly shaped by what you see around you. A dirty desk, a messy bed, an overloaded phone screen, a disorganized shelf, a room full of things you never use. All of it is silently screaming inside your head. You're not just living in a space, your mind is living in that space too. Why clutter equals chaos? Clutter is not just physical. Clutter is mental weight. Every item you leave scattered, every notification you leave unanswered, every task half finished is an open loop in your brain. It whispers, finish me, fix me, clean me, handle me. And when your environment is full of these open loops, your mind can't find silence. It feels like you're carrying noise everywhere. There was a woman who kept an old drawer full of random papers, receipts, expired cards, old letters, broken pens. Every time she opened it, she felt a tiny wave of stress, but she never touched it. She said, "It's just a drawer, it doesn't matter." One day, she finally emptied it. She threw out what she didn't need, cleaned the space, closed it. That night, she slept better because even small spaces carry energy. When you clean them, you clean your mind too. You don't need to clean your whole house. Start with one drawer, one corner, one app on your phone, one old file, one bag of clothes. And every time you remove something from your environment, you make a little more space inside your head. You're not lazy. You're just surrounded by invisible pressure. Clean your space and you will discover something priceless underneath the mess. Peace. Calm. 8. Free yourself in every situation. Life is full of situations you cannot control. A rude boss, a delayed train, a loud neighbor, a fake friend, a slow internet connection, a stressful exam, a difficult family member. You cannot escape every storm, but you can choose how to stand at the middle of it. And that's where the real peace begins. What does it mean to be free inside? It means this: you are not a prisoner of your reaction. You don't give others control over your mind. You don't attach your peace to the behavior of the world. Most people live like emotional slaves. One insult and they lose control. One delay and they explode. One rejection and they collapse. This is not life. This is emotional slavery. Freedom begins when you stop giving your remote control to the outside world. A man was meditating in a quiet room. Suddenly, someone outside slammed a door loudly. Everyone else jumped, got angry, complained, but the man didn't move. Someone asked him, "Why didn't it disturb you?" He replied, "Because the sound didn't control me. Only I control me." That's not meditation. That's freedom. Next time something triggers you, pause. Don't react. Instead, ask yourself, do I really need to give my peace away for this? Can I stay calm even if they don't? Is my reaction helping me or hurting me? Most situations don't need an emotional explosion. They need emotional strength. True freedom is not walking away from life. True freedom is walking through life without becoming a prisoner of every situation. You are not a victim. You are a vessel. You carry your own peace. You decide your mental weather. Choose freedom and your mind will finally exhale. Calm. 9. Slow down everything you do. In today's world, everything is fast. Fast scrolling, fast eating, fast talking, fast results, fast emotions, fast judgment, fast decisions, fast failure. And do you know what's the cost of all this speed? Your peace. Speed creates pressure. Pressure creates panic. Panic creates mistakes. And mistakes create regret. Your mind is not a machine. It was never designed to live in fast forward. It needs space. It needs time. It needs slowness. We've been trained to think. Fast is efficient. Fast is smart. Fast is powerful. Fast is success. But the truth is, fast is often chaotic. You rush to eat and feel tired after. You rush to answer and say something you regret. You rush to scroll and waste an hour. You rush to reply and misunderstand the person. When you live fast, you live on the surface. But when you slow down, you live with presence, power, and peace. There was a famous chef in Japan who made only one dish every day: sushi. People waited months to get a seat in his restaurant. When a young apprentice asked him, "Why do you cut the fish so slowly?" he replied, "Because the knife is not just touching the food, it's touching the energy of the meal. And energy should never be rushed. That's the kind of care your mind needs. Slow isn't weak. Slow is sacred. Try this today. Eat slowly. Chew, taste, breathe. Speak slowly. Feel your words. Think first. Walk slowly. Observe your steps. Wash your face slowly. Touch your skin. Drink water slowly. Feel it enter your body. Turn small things into soft, healing moments. This is how you begin to train your brain that life is not an emergency. Don't rush your life like it's a to-do list. Slow it down like it's a beautiful song. Because when you slow down, your heart catches up, your breath settles, and your mind finally says, "And thank you for giving me space to live again." Calm 10. Talk to yourself with respect. What if I told you the most dangerous person in your life is not someone outside? It's the voice inside your own mind. That quiet voice that says you're not good enough. You're always messing things up. Nobody will ever understand you. You're lazy, stupid behind. You'll never change. You hear that voice all day, but never stop to ask, would I talk to someone I love? Like this. Your mind becomes what it hears the most. So if you speak to yourself with hate, you will begin to believe that you are worthless. If you speak to yourself with fear, you will start living like a victim. But if you speak to yourself with kindness, your brain starts to heal. It starts to believe in peace. It starts to work with you, not against you. In an experiment, 2 identical plants were placed in 2 different rooms. One plant was exposed to daily kind words. "You are beautiful. You're growing strong. You bring life to this space." The other plant was exposed to daily mean words. "You're ugly. You're useless. You're dying." Guess what happened? The first plant grew tall, green, and healthy. The second plant shriveled and stopped growing. Now ask yourself, what are you saying to your own mind every day? Every morning and night, tell yourself these 3 things out loud. 1. I'm not perfect, but I'm trying. 2. I forgive myself for yesterday. 3. I deserve peace today. Repeat it every day. Because repetition is how the brain rewires itself. This is not silly. This is survival. You don't need another person to destroy your peace. You do it to yourself every time you speak with disrespect. If you want to relax your mind, you must first protect your heart from the sharp knives of your own voice. Treat yourself with the love you keep waiting for from others, because your mind listens, and it believes everything you say. Calm 11. Do one thing at a time. Multitasking is the most accepted form of mental damage in the modern world. People are texting while eating, scrolling while talking, thinking while walking, watching while replying, and living while not living. Your brain is being pulled in 10 different directions, and you think you're getting more done. No, you're doing more, but being less focused, less present, less peaceful, less connected. Multitasking is not productivity. Multitasking is mental pollution. Every time you switch tasks, your brain needs time to reset. You're not really doing 2 things at once. You're just switching very fast between 2 tasks and losing energy, focus, and clarity every time you do it. Your memory suffers. your stress increases, your creativity dies. You don't even remember what you read, what you watched, what you said, because your brain was never fully there. A busy hospital, a brilliant doctor, too many patients, too many charts, too many alarms. One day he was talking to one nurse while checking another patient's file and answering a call from his assistant. He accidentally wrote the wrong prescription. Luckily, another nurse caught the mistake, but it could have been fatal. He later said in an interview, "I wasn't tired. I wasn't careless. I was just doing too much at once." Even the smartest mind can collapse under too many tabs. Next time you do something, just do that one thing. When eating, eat. Don't scroll. When reading, read. Don't reply. When walking, walk. Don't plan. When listening, listen. Don't interrupt. When working, work. Don't check notifications. Give every moment your full mind, and your mind will return the gift with peace. A distracted mind is a tired mind, and a tired mind is a noisy mind, and a noisy mind can never find peace. Do less, but with full attention. Be slower, but be fully present, because one deep moment is more valuable than 1,000 shallow ones. Calm 12. Protect what you see. You've heard the phrase, "You are what you eat." But here's a deeper truth. You are what you see. Your eyes are not just cameras. They are doors to your brain. And whatever you allow through these doors becomes part of your inner world. Most people don't realize this. They scroll for hours watching violence, gossip, fake beauty, arguments, disasters, noise. And then they wonder, why do I feel so heavy? Why can't I relax? Why am I always stressed? The answer is simple. Your mind cannot stay peaceful if your eyes are drinking chaos all day. Imagine you're sitting in a peaceful room. The sun is shining, the trees are still, the air is calm, but your window is covered in dirt. So, you don't see beauty, you see darkness, you see fog, you see confusion. Now imagine cleaning the glass. Suddenly everything looks peaceful again. The outside world didn't change. Your window did. Your screen, your feed, your phone is your window. If you keep watching drama, jealousy, comparison, and pain, that is what your brain will believe life is. But when you clean your visual input, you begin to see peace again. What to do now? Look around. Look at your screen. Look at your apps. Look at your walls. Look at your feed and ask, is this image helping my mind or hurting it? Unfollow toxic pages. Delete unnecessary apps. Put a peaceful photo on your lock screen. Spend more time watching the sky, trees, light. Watch less drama. Choose calm visuals, slow visuals, honest visuals. You're not weak. You're just being poisoned visually. Your eyes are not for entertainment. They are for peaceful awareness. Protect what you see, because once it enters your brain, you can't unsee it. Change your visual input, and your mind will start to feel clean again. Calm 13. Disconnect to reconnect. Your phone is always on. The world is always calling. The noise is always available. But the question is, are you available for yourself? You've become so used to being connected to everything that you've become disconnected from the one thing that matters most, your own mind. We live in a world where people feel guilty for being unavailable. They say, "Well, what if someone needs me? What if I miss something important? What if I don't reply fast enough?" But here's the reality. If you never disconnect from others, you will never connect with yourself. Your brain has limits. Your nervous system needs rest, and your soul needs silence. And yet, you're online from the moment you wake up until the moment your eyes close. That's not connection. That's mental slavery. Imagine a power wire connected to 10 devices at once: a fan, a heater, a lamp, a speaker, a microwave, a blender. Everything is running all at the same time. What happens? It overheats, and if it continues, it burns. That's your brain. Every notification, every message, every video, every reel, every buzz, every alarm. You are that wire running too much for too long. And if you don't unplug, you will break. Disconnecting is not laziness. It's not antisocial. It's mental recovery. Try this today. Keep your phone in another room for 2 hours. Turn off all notifications except emergency ones. Walk without your phone. Eat without your phone. Sleep far from your phone. Don't check messages until 2 hours after waking. You will feel strange at first, but soon you will feel alive again. You're not missing anything online, but you are missing yourself. Disconnect from the noise so you can reconnect with your own thoughts, your own breath, your own peace. Calm. 14. Forgive fast or burn slowly. Some people are not in your life anymore, but they still live in your mind. They still control your peace. They still have a room in your head. Why? Because you haven't forgiven them. You're still holding the story, still playing the scene, still feeling the wound, still carrying the fire. But here's the truth. Forgiveness is not for them. Forgiveness is for your own mental freedom. Anger is not just an emotion. It is a fire. And when you keep it inside, it doesn't burn the other person. It burns you. Your breath becomes short. Your sleep becomes shallow. Your thoughts become sharp. Your mind becomes heavy. And day by day, you stop living. Not because of what happened, but because of what you refuse to release. There is a volcano in Iceland that hasn't erupted in centuries, but scientists say it still holds pressure deep underground. It looks calm from the outside, but inside it's boiling. Now imagine carrying that volcano inside you. That pressure, that fire, that boiling rage. Even if you smile, you are never fully at peace. Forgiveness is what melts the pressure. Forgiveness is what turns fire into freedom. What forgiveness is not, it's not forgetting. It's not saying what they did was okay. It's not letting them back in your life. It simply means this: greater than you will no longer carry their shadow in your mind. You choose peace over poison. You choose healing over replaying. Practice this today. Sit in silence. Think of one person who hurt you deeply. I release you. I release the story. I choose to forgive. Not because you deserve it, but because I deserve peace. Say it again and again until the pain feels lighter. You cannot relax a mind that is on fire. Forgiveness is the water. Use it. Because the longer you hold on to the past, the heavier your future becomes. Let go. Forgive fast, or you will burn slowly and silently. Calm 15. See life as it is. Your mind cannot relax if it is always fighting with life. And that's what most people do every single day. Not physically, not openly, but mentally. You wake up angry that you didn't get enough sleep. You feel sad that your life doesn't look like someone else's. You feel frustrated that things aren't going your way. You feel anxious because people don't act how you want. You feel stuck because reality isn't matching your imagination. You are constantly at war with what already is. But here's the truth. The first step to peace is to stop fighting reality, because reality is not your enemy. It is your teacher. Suffering does not come from what happens. It comes from what you expected to happen. You expected a person to love you back. You expected success to be fast. You expected life to be fair. You expected the world to see your worth. You expected peace without change. You expected healing without pain. But life doesn't move based on expectations. It moves based on truth. And until you stop arguing with truth, your mind will never rest. Imagine a river flows through mountains. Sometimes it flows fast, sometimes slow, sometimes it floods, sometimes it dries. But here's what the river never does. It never says, "I'm sorry I went too fast." It never asks, "Am I going in the right direction?" It never says, "I wish I was a tree or a mountain." It just flows. It accepts its nature. It moves with the rocks, around the bends, through the storms. It never resists its path, and that's why it keeps moving forward. But your mind, it resists everything. It says, "Why did this happen? Why me? Why now? Why didn't it go the way I wanted? Why does life feel unfair?" That's why your mind is tired. You are swimming against the river every day instead. What if you just floated? What if you trusted the current? What if for once you stopped fighting with what is and simply said, "This is my life. I will face it fully. I will feel it fully." That is the beginning of peace. To see life as it is means you stop expecting people to behave perfectly. You accept that some days will feel empty. You allow yourself to fail without shame. You see pain not as punishment, but as a message. You understand that joy and loss will both visit you and both will pass. It means you open your eyes without filters, without illusions, without running, without complaining, without escape. And when you do that, a strange thing happens. You become free. Not because life became easy, but because you stopped needing it to be. Practice this today. Sit still, close your eyes, and say this slowly. I will stop running. I will stop blaming. I will stop wishing life was different. I will open my eyes and see things as they are. I will meet life where it is, not where I want it to be. Then take a deep breath. That breath is the start of your real peace. Stop fighting life. It doesn't owe you comfort. It doesn't follow your script. It will not always feel fair, but it will always teach you something if you are willing to see it with clear eyes. Don't wait for life to become perfect to feel peace. Feel peace now by saying, "This is my life," and I will meet it with courage, not resistance. That is true relaxation. That is the final calm. If you've made it this far, I want to say something to you directly with honesty and full respect. You are not broken. You are not weak. You are not behind. You are not lazy. You are just mentally full. You are just emotionally tired. You are just human in a world that forgot how to rest. This video wasn't made to impress you. It was made to heal you, to give you a space where your thoughts could sit down, where your breath could soften, where your emotions could stop fighting, where your mind could feel, not fix. If even one calm helped you today, I've done my job. But if you felt something shift deep inside you, then I ask you for just one thing. Subscribe. Not for me, but for your own peace. Because this channel is not just content. It's a space, a quiet place in the loud world. A reminder to come home to your breath, your mind, yourself. So that no matter how fast the world becomes, you remain calm.